If you're thinking about buying the DEWALT DCBL722B blower because you want a powerful, quiet tool that can clear your yard with ease, you're in the right place. I've tested it thoroughly, and here's what you need to know before spending nearly $175. But here's what surprised me. Despite DEWALT's reputation for durability and power, this blower isn't exactly the flawless powerhouse it claims to be. In fact, there are some quirks and hidden issues that could seriously affect your experience. So stick around because I'm about to dive deep into everything: the good, the bad, and the unexpected twists that make this blower stand out for better or worse. Let's start with who this blower is actually for. If you're a homeowner with a medium-sized yard who hates lugging around heavy equipment, or maybe you're a contractor looking for something lightweight but still powerful enough for quick debris clearing, the DCBL722B might sound like a perfect match. DEWALT promises up to 450 CFM of air volume and a max airspeed of 125 mph with the concentrator nozzle. That's a solid stat to clear leaves and light debris efficiently. Plus, the brushless motor is supposed to deliver longer run time and motor life. Sounds like a match made in blower heaven, right? But as always, there's more than meets the eye. Here's where things get interesting. When I first powered it up, I thought I had hit the jackpot. It's light and ergonomically designed, so it feels great in your hand and easy to maneuver. The variable speed trigger gives excellent control, making it easy to adjust power depending on the task. However, I soon noticed the blower's airflow wasn't consistent. Although it claims 450 CFM, performance felt a little underwhelming compared to some competitors within the same price range. This blower seems great on paper, but sometimes struggles with heavier, wet debris or dense piles of leaves. Keep that in mind if you're facing particularly messy landscaping. Now, if you're wondering about noise, DEWALT touts low noise below 62 dBA, which is excellent for noise-sensitive neighborhoods. I can confirm it is quieter than many gas blowers and even some electric ones, which is a big win if you want to avoid the lawn equipment wake-up call. But don't expect whisper levels. It's more like a polite vacuum cleaner that still gets the job done. Here's a joke for you. Why did the leaf blower break up with the rake? Because it was tired of all the sweeping statements. Speaking of sweep, the ergonomic design really helps reduce user fatigue, something you'll appreciate during extended use, especially if you're clearing a big yard. Let's talk battery life. This blower is part of DEWALT's 20V Max line, and the brushless motor helps extend run time significantly. That's a solid choice for cordless convenience since you won't have to wrestle with cords or gasoline. But don't get too comfortable. The runtime depends heavily on the battery you pair it with, and if you're using the bare tool without a higher amp-hour battery, you might not get the full promised duration. Plus, under full load with the concentrator nozzle, the battery drains faster than you'd hope for. On the bright side, the blower features a speed lock that lets you run it without holding the trigger, easing hand cramps, a thoughtful touch. So what's the real catch? The blower's airflow and power are sometimes a bit inconsistent, especially when dealing with heavier debris, a bit ironic given its high CFM and MPH ratings. Also, some users have reported minor issues with the build quality, such as difficulties in removing the nozzle for cleaning or swapping attachments. That can become a pain, especially if your work demands quick changes. And here's a twist: despite being quiet, some customers noted a peculiar vibration feeling that can get uncomfortable during longer runs. It's not a deal-breaker, but something worth experiencing firsthand. If you're wondering how it compares to other blowers in the market, think of the DEWALT DCBL722B as the reliable middle child. It's quieter and lighter than many gas-equipped models, but it won't match the raw power of some high-end electric blowers with bigger batteries or higher voltage. It strikes a solid balance between portability, noise level, and power, which is excellent for residential use, but might leave professionals wanting more for prolonged heavy-duty work. Now for some fun. Why did the DEWALT blower get invited to every yard party? Because it really knows how to blow everyone away. Alright, jokes aside, the blower's design really does focus on user experience. The ergonomic shape and lightweight build reduce arm strain, perfect for those who dread bulky tools. Plus, the concentrator nozzle that channels up to 125 mph airspeed can tackle stubborn debris with pinpoint accuracy. Just remember, it's best suited for leaves, grass clippings, and small twigs, not big chunks of wet leaves or heavy debris. One of the underrated features is the axial fan design. This innovative system maximizes air output and run time, but also keeps the tool running at a relatively quiet 62 dBA. For comparison, a typical gas blower can hit 70 dB or more, so this is a noticeable improvement if you care about keeping your neighbors happy. However, this axial fan setup might be the reason for the variable airflow I mentioned earlier. It delivers burst power, but sometimes lacks the sustained punch under demanding conditions. If your yard is an all-season mess, this might be frustrating. Here's a quick question. Have you ever used a leaf blower so powerful it almost blew your hat off? Well, the DCBL722B gives you a strong enough breeze to mess up hairstyles, but without the wild gusts that send objects flying uncontrolled. Its speed lock feature lets you maintain steady airflow without constantly pressing the trigger, giving you more control. But this raises another question. Is the blower powerful enough to justify its $175 price tag? For homeowners with medium chores, yes. For heavy-duty pros, maybe not. Now, let me share a short story from my testing. On an early Saturday morning, I took the DCBL722B to clear my driveway and garden beds after a storm. The light weight allowed me to work for nearly 20 minutes without strain. The variable speed control was perfect for moving light leaves at first, then kicking up the power when I encountered wet leaves near the bushes. The noise level was low enough that my neighbor waved and smiled rather than hiding indoors. But midway, I noticed the airflow drop slightly, requiring me to adjust the speed lock several times to maintain enough power. That's when subtle vibration crept in, making me take short breaks. If you're on the fence about this blower, here's a mini promise. By the end of this review, you'll know exactly whether it's worth your hard-earned money or if you should keep scrolling for other options. And if you think a brushless motor is just marketing jargon, hold tight, because it plays a key role in making this blower both lightweight and long-lasting. And now, for my second joke, why don't leaf blowers ever get lost? Because they always follow the wind. Okay, cheesy but true. The DCBL722B's airflow consistency issue is one thing to consider, but the ergonomic handling and quieter operation do help you follow the wind and manage your yard effectively without fuss. So what's the final verdict? The DEWALT DCBL722B blower offers excellent ergonomics and low noise, making it ideal for homeowners who want an easy-to-use, cordless tool to tackle everyday yard cleanup. Its brushless motor and axial fan are smart engineering choices that extend battery life and provide respectable airflow. But if you're looking for raw power to move heavy, wet debris, or the absolute longest runtime out in the field, this blower may leave you wanting. There are minor issues like the nozzle attachment inconvenience and slight vibration that may bother sensitive users, but they don't overshadow the overall positive experience. If you fall into the category of casual users, someone who clears moderately sized yards and values cordless convenience, quietness, and ergonomic comfort, this is a strong candidate. For professionals or those needing heavy-duty performance, you might want to explore higher voltage or gas alternatives. The DCBL722B shines in noise-sensitive environments, and for those who prioritize control and comfort over brute force. Before I forget, here's a final joke to leave you smiling. Why did the leaf blower start a band? because it already had the best airflow. All jokes aside, the DEWALT DCBL722B's balance of power, noise level, and ergonomic design makes it a dependable workhorse for everyday yard tasks. To wrap up, if you want the best price and easy ordering, check the link in the description below. It gets you the latest deals straight from Amazon, so you don't miss out. Trust me, with the DEWALT DCBL722B, you're getting a solid blower that's well designed, reasonably priced, and generally reliable. Just don't expect it to magically replace a gas blower when the going gets tough. Thanks for watching and happy blowing.